Isaac Luke gets suspended. I get the phone call on a Tuesday night telling me that I'm in the grand final. I'd been bendering for 8 weeks, bro. Honestly, still to this day, it's probably the most nerve-wracking game I've ever been a part of. And it was cool having that voice thread. And G.I. is just one of those guys you looked up to like a god. So whatever he said,
You always be in the NRL books for highest paid hooker by anyone. Shot lad. Dawn everyone, welcome back to Mayday podcast. Today's guest is one of the slickest hookers in the game, a 3-time premiership winner, Fijian International and captain of the West Tigers, Api Koroisau. From South ending their drought in 2014 to being part of the dynasty at Penrith, to now steering the Tigers rebuild, from the highs, its lows to everything in between. Let's get into Api's story. Alright, Skipper, take us back bro. What was life like growing up in a Fijian household in Sydney?
Bruh, firstly, thanks for having me.
All good lad, shot for coming.
Dog. Also, intro, bruh. Damn. Nah, that was bad. But no, Fijian household. I loved it, man. The culture, everything's so laid back. Strict parents, though, but at the same time, like, all love, man. Like, they just gave you everything you needed, especially my mum and my dad. So, yeah, it was quite a special thing to be a part of. And knowing how close I am to my cousins and that, it sort of brings that family and that culture all together. It's mad.
Go into a bit about your cousins, because Tito obviously brought it up. You and Tito are actually cousins, so go into a bit more depth about you and Teets growing up.
Yeah, it was mad. I think there's a 10-year age difference between us. So when we first started like getting together with our families, he was still like a kid, a little baby, and yeah, I sort of watched him grow up. He's had huge calves ever since he was 3, bro. Like that's just natty for him. But yeah, him and my brother. So his brother and my brother are the same age. Gato, yep. And so Tito would always be around the house too. And yeah, man, it was always sleepovers and Xbox together. They always make jokes about me bashing my little brother because he was screen peeking. But yeah, man, so yeah, we used to live literally 2 houses from each other in the same townhouse. So yeah, we were pretty close growing up. And his dad used to live with us as well when he first came over from Fiji. So yeah, it's real tight there, bro.
Did that culture connection just come easy, or has it grown stronger as time's gone on?
Yeah, look, we used to live literally the 2 houses from each other, and then he ended up moving out these ways to St. Mary's, I think it was, and so yeah, we sort of not moved apart, but we still got together with the Fijian culture nights and whatnot. So it was good catching up those ways, and it sort of kept that connection there. But yeah, no, it's been pretty easy, bro. He's one of the most funny, laid-back guys. So anything to do with him is always real chill, and yeah, that connection's always been there. And being at Tigers, I think it's even gone up a level. So yeah, it's all been mad, man.
Hey, shout out to brother Teets.
Yes, sir.
Were you always drawn to the science and deception of playing 9, or did that develop later on?
Yeah, good question actually. I used to play halfback growing up, and then once I went to South, they sort of see me as a hooker. But even as a half, I used to love the dummies. I used to love watching Scotty Prince, and he used to do his big fakes, and I just thought maybe I could just do that same thing but at a hooker. So I started showing one way, going the other, and really trying to perfect that craft. I ran the ball a bit, but I used to just love tying up markers, creating space for the boys behind the ruck, and yeah, just finishing off a shape on the edge just by being able to hold someone in the middle. So yeah, I pretty much just ended up loving what I was doing there and creating stuff for other people, really.
Because personally, I feel like even when I was back at Roosters, all of our video was on your deception and craft, like around hooker, and getting to play with you now, it's like, bro, it's so crazy to see how much deception and that you actually have. And I remember always watching you like back at Rabbits and then at Manly, and then obviously playing with Tiny and Tyrone. I would always watch you and keep an eye, and I was like, bro, how does this guy do this? Like, it's so tricky, but you're like one of the fair few people that I personally reckon that's got like the best deception. Personally, I reckon you do got the best deception I've seen from hooker, but there's a fair few now, probably like maybe 3 of yous that I reckon like the hardest to mark. Like, it's crazy to see, man.
Yeah, it was one of those things, man. Like once it came off, I think the first time I did it was in 20s, where I got changed to hooker at South, and I was like, bro, if I just dummy one way, the markers they just start flying out. I'm like, I could actually make this work, man. And yeah, bro, it just grew from there. And like I said, it's it's just one of those things. I actually like doing things for other people. So if I can create space or just hold somebody up for somebody, man, like, yeah, makes me happy, bro. So
You debuted at South in 2014 and landed in the grand final in your first year. Take us back to that week, bro. One of the wildest build-ups for a grand final, right?
that was a funny one, man. Yeah, so playing South, debuted, played, I think it was like 12 or 13 games, and then Mike Maguire asked me to sit out for 8 weeks. He didn't want me to play again just in case there was another injury. So yeah, bro, I was just coming in Mondays, getting flogged. I was just happy to be there as well. I was only 21 at the time, a little kid from Regent's Park, bro. I was like, you know what, I'm just happy to be here. And then, yeah, Isaac Luke gets suspended. I get the phone call on a Tuesday night telling me that I'm in the grand final. I'd been bendering for 8 weeks, bro. It was a bit different back in those days. But
100.
no, man, I was just enjoying myself. So, yeah, I started packing it. I had to go to the park. I ended up doing laps around the field just to sort of smash myself. And, yeah, crazy, man. Like, I was so nervous. Like, honestly, still to this day, it's probably the most nerve-wracking game I've ever been a part of. And some great things were said during the week. Like, GI and Sammy Burgess were like, yeah, we back you, man. Like, you're here for a reason. And, you know, we know you're going to do a job and stuff like that. So, yeah, bro, I just loved the moment. I still remember running out, 80,000 people screaming, smoke everywhere, and standing there singing the national anthem. And, yeah, just to think back at it now, like, you never know when's your time, you know what I mean? Like, you always got to stay ready, and it was just one of those moments for me, bro. And yeah, looking back at it now, I'm still sort of pinching myself that it all happened that way.
Yeah, 100%. The stay ready bit, I reckon that's a big one because, like you said, you never know. Like, you went from 8 weeks of not playing nothing straight into a grand final.
100%. I still remember, even for Darren Lobbyer, he came up to North Queensland with us. You know, 18th man, just didn't think it was ever going to happen, and then bang, gets put into a game. But he was ready, man. And yeah, it's one of those things in professional sports, bro. You never know when your opportunity's going to come, so just stay ready.
100. Replacing Isaac Luke, that's no small call-up. How much pressure did that put on you?
For me, it wasn't about sort of trying to replace him. I sort of understood that they wanted me just to do my job. And my job was to clean service, dummy half, make my tackles, and the boys would do the rest. So for me, it was more about, I just didn't want to let anyone down. That was probably maybe the most nervous. All these guys had come to a club that was struggling. They built it up over the last 3, 4, 5 years, and you know, they finally got to the big stage. And yeah, I just didn't want to, you know, let anybody down for that big moment that they all had. So yeah, that was probably only my biggest worry. But yeah, no one can replace Isaac. So
yeah, but personally, I reckon like hooker is probably the main position for every team. You need clean service, like you need him to make his tackles, even kick sometimes. So like coming into a grand final at hooker, and especially taking Isaac Luke's spot, bro, that would have been crazy for you just to but like playing with those boys like Sam Burgess, Greg Inglis, like
that's probably why I wasn't too worried. Like I just didn't want to not do my job. I didn't want to miss tackles, leave a line break, or let them score a try. So, yeah, for me, it was about just doing my job in the middle there. But I also understood that, bro, John Sutton's calling for the ball. Luke Keary at the time was my halfback. GI's there, Sam Burgess. And it was a well-oiled machine at the time.
Yeah.
I just needed to just be my gear, just keep churning, bro, and then the boys would take care of the rest. And yeah, I think it was a pretty good performance on the night too by the boys.
Not many people notice this, but you pride yourself on the little things. Like I've seen it throughout your whole every single game I've seen you play. You pride yourself on like the chase backs, the kick chase, all that kind of stuff. Like, what would you tell a young hooker coming through the stages now? Like, what to pride themselves on? Is it more the big play, or do you reckon it's the little things in between that?
Yeah, look, man. Like, to be fair as well, like everyone can have talent, right? Like, everyone can be the big playmaker. Everyone can be the guy that, you know, gains all the attention. But like at the end of the day, it's the little things you do that the boys remember. It's the little things like you turning up on the inside, helping someone out, that chase backs. And at the end of the day, if you're going to be a hooker, like, bro, just being as fit as you can. Like, that's the one thing that keeps you in the game. If you can be an 80-minute hooker, like, yeah, these things are hard to find in the NRL these days as well.
100.
So being able to go the whole 80, hold your own, but also be able to be fit enough to take those runs and turn up on the inside for your man, that's probably like the biggest thing coming through.
Yeah, we noticed it, Skip. Don't worry, bro.
Sure, my bro.
What was the biggest adjustment stepping into first grade? Speed, fitness, or the mental side?
Right, for me, it was the speed and the power of the NRL. Like everyone's at the top of their game when you get here. I was 21. I think I was probably weighing about 80 kilos at the time, and just understanding that these guys run hard every single run. These guys are fit. These guys are in the gym all the time. Like, yeah, I my biggest thing was just like how it was relentless too. People didn't get as tired. Like, unless if I was carp, the game would start to slow down. In first grade, it just felt like it just kept going and going. Outside backs taking carries of doom.
Yeah.
But yeah, bro, that's probably the biggest thing. And then obviously trying to prepare myself for a game. That one I found pretty tricky at the start. Later games, didn't know whether to nap. Tried to nap, couldn't nap, too nervous. So then I was up at night as well, like thinking about the game the next day. So it was a bit of an adjustment period, I reckon, at the start. But yeah, obviously you learn on the run.
Do you reckon the game was different 10 years back from how it is now, like the speed and fitness wise? Even the mental side of it.
I think there's a lot more mental work going into it these days. I don't know if the speed was any different. I know when I first started and came to the league, it was Michael Maguire. So he was very... he was methodical about everything. Yeah, bro. Like, so it was all about shape, structure, defensive structures. So for me, from the get-go, it was all like ready to go, hands-on. But I think the rules as well has changed the game. Like the refs, 6 against. The speed of the game's obviously gone up a lot. But yeah, I don't think it was any slower back then though.
Can you touch on the mental side about 10 years ago compared to now? Like with the social media and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, bro. Well, I first started 2014. I think Instagram and that was only starting to kick off. Back then it wasn't as big as it is now, obviously. But yeah, bro, it's just understanding like people were judging you for everything you were doing now, and you could actually read about it everywhere. You know, it wasn't just in the papers or on a news segment at night time. Like it was sort of everywhere. But I was at a young age. We were doing well too, so there wasn't too much negativity around it back then. But yeah, bro, like just mentally, like the game just sort of became everywhere rather than just on the back of a sports paper or on the news and that. But it was cool, man. It was cool to be a part of that sort of era where it was starting to come to light. And like I said, my experience with it wasn't too bad. I was at a time where it was just starting out and we're doing good at South. But yeah, these days, man, honestly, I feel sorry for some of these guys. Some guys are getting told they're the next big thing, you know, when they're 16 years old, and they have to carry that sort of burden with them, and you know they're not allowed to sort of make mistakes or not play a good game because everyone's sort of watching them eyes on. But yeah, that's just sort of my view on it, bro. Did you have anything different? Or was just
Nah, same as you. I just reckon like the social media game is such a big part of this generation now. It's like 50-50 now. Like everyone's got an opinion. Everyone, bro, there's like 12-year-olds that people know about now. Like back in my day, bro, no one knew us until you played first grade. You know what I mean?
Exactly, bro.
Like no one knew who you were until you actually played first grade.
Exactly.
Now, like there's Instagram pages for How Matt's kids, development kids, SG Vor kids, and you're just like, I feel a bit sorry for this generation because there's so much pressure.
Yep.
And then when they hit the big stage, and some of them don't succeed, a lot of them do, but some of them don't, and then people have their opinion saying this, like,
exactly,
you're not good. Like, how can someone say this guy's good? Like, he's not a first grader, and you're just like, bro, he's 18 years old. You know, like,
yeah,
his family's probably on Instagram looking like I feel sorry for it.
Yeah. It's gonna be hectic out there, but
100, bro. Who was the biggest voice or mentors around you in those early days at Rabbits?
Bro, I had some really good ones. Obviously, I had GI, Sammy Burgess, John Sutton was a good one, old head. But probably the biggest one was GI and Sammy B. They've obviously had a lot of pull around the club, but that was mainly because they were doing their jobs and, you know, they were leading the way with everything. But it was one of those things, you know, Sammy B goes out there, makes 40 tackles and 20 plus hit-ups. Like, bro, you respect everything he says. He was playing so well and such a dominant force, but he was also so calm. Off the field, he was very level-headed, just spoke what, you know, a lot of the boys needed to hear. And, yeah, it was cool having that voice around. And GI is just one of those guys you looked up to like a god. So whatever he said, you're like, I got you, G. But yeah, that was some pretty big ones at the start, man. But yeah.
What did the 2014 Rabbits and Penrith side have in common? Did they have similar approaches to winning the grand final?
Man. My biggest thing, I guess, the similarities between them were you had the big dogs who were always doing their job each week, and you know, they were getting paid the big bucks for a reason. But then you had the young crop coming through, and they were lifting the level up as well. So I think it was even Dylan Walker, Kyle Turner, rest in peace, bro, Alex Johnson, and Luke Keary and myself, who were all under 22. So like, and then obviously you got the big dogs, Sammy B, GI, and Sato, Adam Reynolds. But yeah, it was just that sort of the top rank were holding their own, and the young guys are actually really lifting. But it was because the older boys were picking them up, you know, bringing them to that standard. So yeah, probably the makeup of the team was probably the most, the most similarity between the two of them. But yeah, bro, like just the connection as well. And training was hard. Training was hard, Jay. Malcolm Maguire, he was good, bro. But yeah, obviously over at Penrith too, man, there was no days off there, and the intensity was through the roof. But yeah, that's probably the biggest similarities playing in them.
After leaving Penrith, how keen were you on taking more responsibility and stepping into more of a leadership role?
Yeah, man, I was actually looking forward to heading to the Tigers and trying to make a difference there, I guess. Understanding I came from a good place, I wanted to sort of step in and see if I could show anyone or help someone become better. But yeah, but it was definitely a learning curve, stepping into the Tigers, understanding that, you know, success doesn't come easy, and what I had at Penrith obviously isn't normal. Like, you've seen this. What's happening there is crazy. But yeah, man, I definitely was looking forward to the responsibility, I guess. I guess you'd know now as well, like, you probably don't expect to come in and have to be so much of an, like, idol or someone who has some sort of value that they can add. But yeah, it becomes one of those things where you just sort of take the responsibility on the chin and then try and move forward with it. Like, how would you be feeling about it now? You know, you're coming to this side. You know, you've actually helped a lot. You know, you found a voice to the back end of this year, which has been massive for us.
I don't know. When I was younger, I was always like captains of my teams, like captains and that kind of stuff. But I never really had a voice. I always just like spoke to the boys normally, but like my actions, I've always been an action guy. So I feel like that's what I've always been like. Like, I might not talk much, or I do talk heaps, but it's not like a leadership talk. It's not like like I'm being stupid or something.
I got you.
Yeah. So I always like try to lead by my actions. That's why I find it so mad about you, like you and Rome. He's got that balance between actions and talking. Whereas like I don't like, people say, oh, you're a leader in this day. Well, like I need to find that balance where you know when to pull the boys up. I think you do a gun like. You know when to pull the younger boys up, the older boys, like, and you don't do it in a way where it's personal attack. It's like it's needed, you know what I mean? Like everyone needs to hear that. So it's been mad, and I remember. I think weren't you captain at Penrith a couple games?
Nah, what did I do? I think I captained once, and it was like a pre-season game, and we got flogged 40-0. But
yeah, but I've always remembered my brothers speaking so highly of you, like all the time, like. They're always like, yeah, Appy's like Mr. Miyagi. Like, yeah, you can go and talk to him, you know, he's the man. Like, he gets along with everyone. That's why I like, when I think of leaders, straight away I think of you, like at our club, you, Romey, Twiley, those kind of boys. So yeah, it's been mad to, obviously having Teddy and that, he was mad too, and those boys, but then coming in and having new boys is it's mad to see.
Hey, bro, it's been mad to see your growth, lad.
Yeah,
Brothers, like
appreciate
I
it.
said, you still do the muck around ones, obviously, but nah, even like before the game in those circles in the huddles, I'm like, bro, you got something for us? But it's good, man. Like people love to hear you speak and actually speak about footy because you know what you're talking about. So appreciate you, dog.
Benji cracked the whip this preseason. How much has that lifted standards across the board?
It's massive, absolutely massive. Even like hands behind the line, but like relentless with it. Even if your finger was on their fingernail, he was pulling us up. So it's one of those things too, bro. 1%ers, like you know how important they are around the field, and you start cutting corners there. You know you'll find ways to cut them on the field. So I think he's had a massive year, especially in his growth as a coach, and it's obviously shown. You know we've had a bumpy middle of the season, and we obviously found some form the last couple of games, but yeah, we're obviously still looking to finish strong, and I think that's because of you know what he's been able to do for us.
Because he drives the standards, but so do you and Rome. Like everyone thinks, they might be older, they're the big dogs, but personally, I know I've seen it in the flesh. Like you and Romey drive the standards. You always come first in fitness. Even the army camp used to, bruh, yous were different, bruh. 3 days, no sleep. Physical activity, used to were carrying the boys like crazy, and I was like, that's what leaders look like. And then going back to Benji, he has driven the standards. I heard like before I got there, like it was just like you can do whatever kind of type of shit. Like boys were getting away with cutting corners, and then you saw that in the games. But this year, I feel like we've really driven a standard. Even now, we're still getting freaking doing con and penalties for. Missing a line or missing your times, which is mad. Like it's mad, but I feel like Benji's building something special. And personally, I reckon if he wasn't coach, I wouldn't even be there.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah,
I agree. His ability to sort of attract players is something that not many coaches can do. And people can. I feel sorry for him as well. Like obviously he gets pretty bagged in the media, and it is what it is. But if you were inside these four walls, you'd see how good he is for the boys, and what he actually does and produces. So I'm glad he's there, man. I'll tell you that he's a breath of fresh air too for the coaching side.
100%, because he's got the balance between like being a people's person and then being a coach. Like not many coaches have that.
100%.
So it's been mad. How good is it gonna feel being at the Tigers till 2028, especially now with the momentum and the squad we got building?
I'm excited, man. Like I said, when I first came here, I just wanted to make the place better and, do my part for the team and see where we go. But just seeing the boys that are coming in, like the inclusion of obviously yourself, Romey, Tiny, Tito, like honestly, you guys even brought like an energy with you, a connection. We've seen how close you guys were. We've seen how you guys moved with each other, and then how you started moving with the other boys. Like someone like Twiley, who's probably nothing like you boys, and like just loves you boys because you boys go with him. You know what I mean? You seen where he's at, and seeing him come out of his skin, Adam Dewey coming out of his skin. Like, I was excited to come here, but just to see what's building at this place and the amount of energy you guys have brought and the new like life that you breathed into this team is crazy, bro. So I can't wait, man. Yeah,
same. I can't wait too. And once we do, I know we're connected off the field, but once we've proper learned how each other play in that, I can't wait to see what happens. But I've noticed that a lot of the boys, when I first came, me and Twiley would talk, but never talk the way we talk. AD's been mad. Yep. People would never think I hang around those boys. But they think I'm funny and
Bro, I'm telling you now, before you came here, there was there was just the crews,
those divided ones.
Just kick back, but it was just because they got along with those people. But I got to tip my hat off to Tito as well. I think when he came in, he sort of shown how vulnerable you can be just being yourself, and he's so loud and and everyone just sort of got around him. But then like I said, Twiley hanging out with you, you just wouldn't see it, but to see him come out of his shell, bro, it's been hectic. But I'm excited.
But I feel at this club we all can I can go speak to the younger boys just the way I can go speak to the older boys. there's no like, you know, when you're a bit younger, you feel like, oh, I can't really speak to the older, or when you're older, you're kind of like, oh no, bro, he's a youngin', like let him work his way up to talk to me. But I feel like everyone's connected really well, especially at the back end, and you can see it in our games, bro.
100%. Yeah, no, I noticed that too. Like you talk to everyone the same, and even Betsy and
even the staff, hey, bro. Yeah, I'll treat everyone the same.
No one's safe. No one's safe.
When footy's not on, how do you hit the reset button and shut it out?
Oh, yeah. I've always enjoyed my golf, but it's a bit of an effort to get out there in that as well. So I got 3 kids, and but to be fair, I just like hanging out, being by myself. That's my sort of reset. Get my snacks ready, bro. Maybe put a movie on, just sit and play chess on my phone. As long as I'm just doing nothing, like that's my sort of reset. I just sort of like being alone. But yeah, man, everyone's different. You know, some guys are social, need to get out and go feed with the boys. But yeah, that's pretty much me, man. Little introvert, little loner. I enjoy it, bro.
It's hectic, bro.
Hey,
I like it, man. Okay, bro. Big family, man. But I always see you with your kids, you know. I see how happy they are around you. I see the way you treat them, and I'm like, oh, that's mad, bro. It makes me want to like adopt those kind of styles and to like learn a bit off you and be like, yeah, that's mad.
Yeah, bro. I wasn't always that way. Like, obviously, playing footy, you got to be pretty selfish. With your time, and I just sort of honestly, not till recently, maybe even like the end of last year, this year, I've sort of dove into really committing my time and energy into my kids, but not by doing more, just by being more present. So phone down, they ask a question, like answer it, like it, even if I'm tired, like just give them what they need. And at the end of the day, I've sort of figured out that because they'll piss you off. All kids will, but I've sort of figured out that they just cries for attention, or if they just need something they're not getting at the moment. So, bro, I'll just wrestle them. I'll wrestle my kids just because they're so annoying. And like one of them screaming, and I'll like kissing her and tickling her and wrestle. Bro, and it's honestly changed my relationship with them so much, bro. They're both, but I have 3 girls, and bro, best ever, man.
Yeah, it's mad to see, bro. What's something about Appy that the fans wouldn't know unless they sat down like this? Tager always spits a yarn about you and him, like having the deepest convos about books and like,
bruh,
I don't know, just weird stuff that just not many people talk about. Go into a bit of depth about that.
All right then. No, I mean, so me and Tags were obviously on our little journeys when we were back at Penrith. We're all about sort of trying to get better and understanding spiritually. We were sort of missing out. So on the physical realm, we're good, and the mental realm, like, you read books and you try and get better, but like spiritually, trying to figure out like what's different, like what can we do different, how can we be more fulfilled, I guess, or more of an understanding of how we should operate. You know, today's world, this modern world, like things can get out of hand, and it's all very surface levelly. So we went spiritual, but bro, he's next level, man. Kid's 20 years old teaching me things like, but we read a book called, he suggested it, The Way of the Superior Man. That book is, it's about feminine and masculine energy, and everyone's made up of, you know, both parts, but there's obviously percentages. But yeah, man, like he's such a deep thinker that it makes me feel like I have no clue what's going on. Like, it's crazy. And in that book too has everything from like relationships to semen retention.
Because he was on that for a bit, eh?
Yeah, bro. Yeah, and it was cool, man. Just understanding like how you actually work, different ways to move around it, and sometimes when you don't feel as good as you do, maybe it's not the physical or the mental, like maybe it is the spiritual that needs a bit of work. And it's funny, like he was pretty much a mentor, and he was 21 years old at the time. I was 28, so now I've seen he's gone on adventures and gone and chasing waterfalls.
Every story is on the waterfall or the...
Bro, I don't even know if they have any days off. They're just off hiking, man.
I know.
But nah, man, it was cool, bro. I still follow that to this day, like try and think of different things and what I'm missing. But yeah,
I'd love to be inside you and Tags' brains while he's talking, bro. 'Cause I'll just sit there like. Sometimes when I hear you used to like, when he was talking about how he used to talk, I'm like, what are you even saying, lad? Like, what are you talking about?
Nah, bro, it was, yeah. Like, some days we'd come in and we'd just sit down and play chess for hours. Like, just play each other, and then obviously you beat me in chess. I get it. But, yeah, bro, like, anything to sort of just get better or get a bit smarter. It's good.
Yeah, no one knows this, but me and Appy, before games, every game, we'd play chess for the whole time. While everyone's warming up, and now me and this guy are playing chess or like walking around and mucking around.
40 minutes of chess.
Yeah.
Yep, mad.
Family and faith seem central for you. Has there always been strong, or did you grow through the challenges?
No, I definitely grew. I was very immature. I'm still immature to this day, obviously, but yeah, definitely grew into that sort of family and faith thing. Just I think of the same thing that I've been on with that spirituality side of life and what I'm missing, but at the same time understanding like just seeing kids, how innocent they are and blank canvas that they are, and all of a sudden like you just keep feeding these kids and they just take it all in, and understanding that these human beings will grow up into adults one day, and then that's sort of how my family is now. Like, I'm obviously not the best person, as in like I'm not the best husband or the best father, but I try and be every day and try and get better, but still plenty to work on. But at the same time, like, yeah, that's my perspective definitely shifted after having kids.
Yeah, mad. I feel like everyone's not the best parent or not the best person, you know what I mean? Like, we're all trying to achieve something that's never going to happen, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So as long as you're trying your best in that, like, which I can see that you do, because I see it on the field and I see it off the field, so I know the type of person you are, and I know you try your best at everything, so
My dog.
it's mad. How's the switch between you and Romey going as co-captains? Take us into how the roles change from game day to training.
Yeah, oh, bro. It's been a massive help for me. Obviously, I had 2 years before Romey came, and so I was probably captain, and then obviously we got the 2 wooden spoons during those years, and you sort of sound like a broken record. You know what I mean? I'm saying the same thing every week, or even when I try and change it up, I feel like I was the only voice really talking. Not that the boys weren't talking, but I just found myself saying a lot. And you sort of had to, even when the times are hard, you got to make sure that you're still trying, to give words of encouragement, or even just a voice. Because if my voice goes, then then we got nothing. But yeah, as soon as he rocked up, man, like, we speak differently too. Like, some of the stuff he says is like filled with a lot of emotion, which is mad. Like, we need that, And sometimes when I speak, it's more based around things that we need to do. So I feel like the split is good. And honestly, I was just sick of hearing my own voice. So it's mad to be able to hear someone else talk, and he holds so much respect. Like, you've seen him around, his competitiveness is next level. People love him, the way he works, the way he moves, and yeah, it's actually just been a breath of fresh air. And like I said before, like, you started talking up Twiley, Adam, like, all these leaders are now really starting to emerge and, find a voice. And I think you can just sort of see the way it's working towards his back end, man.
Yeah, because once you retire, it'll probably be me and Romey will be captains.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I reckon.
How different is the energy in the sheds now compared to when you first rocked up?
Yeah, brazy, bro. Brazy. You know what's so hard too? Like, we were losing and obviously we got the wooden spoons, but like, the boys were still positive, we were still working hard. We still wanted to make a difference with each other. It was never like it was so bad and negative that it was bad to come in, but just to see like what it's like with you boys coming in, like, even with you, like, we might have a loss, but it's broken up with your jokes or like the camaraderie that the boys have. So you boys are still hammering each other, having jokes, making a laugh, and we understand that the place that we're coming into work is just a good place, a good vibe. You know what I mean? So we can work at things like, even when we were losing, it wasn't bad losses. Like we've had a couple, but at the end of the day, like just the vibe around the place and what some of you guys have brought to this place has been insane.
It's never really changed, eh? I feel like even after a loss, it's always been the same. Like the next week, we're gonna try and get better. Even when we win, like I feel like it's the same. We're still trying to strive for something like finals. You know, we still want that. But yeah, even losses, like I feel like we just get what we need to take in, and then it's on to the next.
Yeah.
But it's mad to see, like, because I've been at teams or like before where it's like if you win, that's how the week's gonna feel. Like it's gonna feel mad. If you lose, lad, oh bro, that week is just shit, bro. The whole week. So it's been mad that we can balance both.
Agreed.
What's the biggest lessons you've learned so far becoming a captain?
Probably that one. I just said that if I lose my voice, whether I'm having a bad game or if I don't think I'm doing enough, and like if I lose my voice, then what? Why would anybody else speak up? Like if the captain can't even keep his composure or keep his head on if he's not having a good game, then why would anybody even try to? So like that voice one was a big one because I would always be the one talking in the huddles, and still now. But yeah, at the end of the day, like if I go quiet, then we're all done. And then it obviously shifts the energy and then makes it worse, and then downhill spiral. That one, and also like everyone watches everything. So anything I do, right, like I'm the captain of the club, public or with the boys, like. So that one too. That was a sort of like a all eyes on you. Obviously I muck around heaps. So when I'm in the gym, I'm throwing around bands and just mucking around non-stop. J-Mod's getting angry. But yeah, probably just trying to find that balance too of being like the immature, fun kid, but also just got to kick back.
Yeah, but I don't know if you know this, but a lot of boys look up to you. Like even the older boys, like a lot of us look up to you. When you speak, lad, it's just silent. Like those words, every single word's powerful. Like even when you do muck around and that, like once you flip that switch, straight away everyone just listens. You know, it's like that respect thing. Like you got the 1,000 level respect, lad.
that's mad that you say that, because even in my head, like I'll say something and I'll be like, oh, like nah, me just saying another thing. And I always think too, I'm like, I wonder what these guys are thinking.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like that's why I don't speak, because I think like, imagine if I say something and someone in their head like, shut up, bro. Like, what are you? But like for you, you've got that respect. You know, you've been captain, you've won premierships, you've played Origin, played for your country. So it's like, yeah, he can say whatever. But if it was me, I'd be thinking, if like I was talking and like me and that's what I'd be like, shut up, you've done nothing in this game, lad. Just shut up.
I remember too, we were in a huddle on the training. We were standing around, I started speaking, you're like,
yeah, but I do it as a joke, bro. I know. I do it to everyone, bro.
In my head too, I'm like, wait, what did I say?
Nah, I do it to everyone, bro. But really, in my head, I'm like, better listen, bro. This guy's got respect.
Okay, that's mad. Yeah. Nah, that's mad.
Even if you won one ring in my book, you got like you're higher than me. No matter what. If you played one game and you won that game, in the grand final, you're higher than me, bro. I don't care. Yeah, I go by rings, bro. I don't go by like that shit. So
hey, respect. That's fine. That's mad.
Are we still building that winning DNA, or does it just take time to grow that culture right?
Nah, we're building something. Like you know what I thought too? I thought time would just get us like where we needed to go. I thought obviously you have your standards in place and time will just make you better as you hold those standards. But the more I'm into it, and you've obviously seen like the work we're doing with Babs as well. Like, bro, it's actually work. Like the cultures work. Understanding other players. How do you keep people at a certain level? How do we keep ourselves accountable as the leadership group? So yeah, I thought it would be time, but I think if anything, like you got to keep building. You got to put those bricks in place. It doesn't stop. back end of the season or not, like we're still doing work. We still got ways to go, and I think the more that we can sort of drive the culture and the change in the place, and even just the growth. I think the biggest thing is the growth in one another. You know, if we can allow ourselves to grow as a leadership group, then we can pull up anyone that's with us. You know what I mean? And I think we're showing that, you know, the better we play on the weekend as leaders, then, you know, the better the team goes. So, yeah, for me, it's the building.
Yeah, because when Bags spoke about, like, when new leaders are on, everyone follows. And I was sitting there, like, thinking, I don't think anyone cares what we think. But you don't realize what the younger boys and, like, the other boys, they see you as a bit, like, you know, more respected. Like, now I notice, like, for me, I see, like, there's tiers for me. Like, I always, like, respect these guys more, these guys more, these guys, you know. And then, like, if I was in a younger guy's head, because I always hear him say it, like, oh, bro, like, how do you do this, like, as an older guy? And I'm thinking, bro, like, I don't think I have that respect to tell you. But then I realize, like, they are, like, seeking for an answer from me. Like, I always just think, bro, like, I'm not someone you really want to learn off, you know what I mean? But then you don't realize they actually, like, look into your game and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I always just think, like, yeah.
The way you see yourself is, like, different to the way they see you.
100.
Like, that light that they see you in is, like, this respectable player. He's at top of his game. He's killing it. Like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense because I'm the same. Like, I still see myself as a little kid from Regis Park. Like, 32 years old. I'm playing 12 seasons of NRL now. Like, but I still see myself as that kid. You know, the same thing. Like, how we just spoke about. When I speak, people listen and respect it. But in my head, I'm like, oh, bro, like, you know, same thing with the game. Oh, how do you do this? How do you do that? But I love, even when Jared Haywood, like, asked me a couple of things, I'm like, oh, yeah, I'll show you, bro. I was like, no, but yeah, no, bro, you're one of those guys that holds that aura, bro.
Yeah.
So, I'm growing.
I would show them, but I'm probably not the best example at training, guys? To show you guys, yeah. Like, when it comes to that, like, when it comes to, like, fitness and that, I'll try and like make all my times, like, I try my best. When it comes to, like, the game, like, wow.
I get what you're saying. I'm the same. So, like,
yeah, hard. Even, like, midway, this guy, like, if we're on opposite teams, and this guy will, like, fake one way and look the other way, and then he'll go, got him, and I'll be like, like, bro, he always gets me at training, bro, like, always says something, and I'm just like, see, that's our captain, bro.
Trying to find that balance. Trying to find the balance.
No, it's mad, bro. All right. If you're a young Fijian or Western Sydney kid playing in the parks, but he's small in size, what's your real talk message for him chasing that 9?
So for me, like, when I was growing up, I didn't make any, like, development teams or Harold Mats. I was playing doggies comp, and they came and watched a couple games, but they just kept telling me I was too small. They were like, yeah, I love the way you play, you're just too small. I was like, yeah, sweet. All good. But no, man, like, it was actually heartbreaking at the time. And to be fair, like, I don't even have the answer. Like, all I did, man, to be fair, was I worked really hard. I was always fit, so I had that on my side. And I just sort of not never gave up, but I wanted to make the NRL so bad that I didn't even have another dream growing up. But even when I wasn't making it, I just loved playing footy, bro. I loved taking the ball down to the park with my friends. Loved kicking it around. Loved kicking goals. So I was always down kicking goals or something. And I guess I was just ready. I played a grand final, got told to try out for North Sydney Bears. And when I tried out for North Sydney Bears for SG Ball, like, I played well. And to be fair, like, size is one thing, but they can't look past how much you're turning up if you're making your tackles. If your passing's good, you know, and at the end of the day, you just got to find that point of difference. You're not going to get it because you're big, so you're going to have to find it either being really fast or being really strong in D. I was a lot stronger in defense as a kid than what I am now, but yeah, that's probably my only thing, man.
Yeah, because everyone will look at you and be like, oh, he's small, like, probably even back in the day, but I reckon, like, most of those small people, they have the biggest hearts, bro. Like, they're not scared of nothing, all that kind of stuff. Like, they'll go head first with anyone. And you can see it in your game. Every week, bro, the biggest guy, you're the first one up there trying to chop him or put a hit on. Like, yeah, So like I'll say like for a hooker, if you want to kind of like look at someone and look at their size, look at Appy, like all the hookers, bro, but they all got the biggest hearts. And like you said, one of the biggest things I reckon is fitness. Like nines, bro, you got to be that fit because you got to remember you're chasing every ball. Nowadays, you got to kick the ball and go behind the kick chaser and chase. You got to do like, bro, I don't know how you do it. Like, fuck.
Yeah,
it's overboard, bro.
It is. It's good, man. But I think you hit the nail on the head there. It's probably hard. You know, that grit. You know, just showing up every week. You know, running out of the line, trying to tackle blokes non-stop. And to be fair, I could only do that because I was fit. You know what I mean? I wasn't probably going to be able to do that if I wasn't. And yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head there, bro.
All right, guys. Like we said, we got a question from a fan, Sam Russell. Check it out. Shout out Sam Russell. There's a question. What drives you to continually chase your dreams and playing ball at the highest level?
For me, is like one of them is definitely legacy. Like I keep repeating myself, like I'm just a little Fijian kid from Regis Park, man. Like I didn't think I'd ever be able to sort of get here, let alone be here for so long. So for me, it's sort of understanding that, you know, I can be a motivator for so many of these little young Fijian kids, or even any kid out there who doesn't think they can make it. But also, bro, just I love the fact that I'm still here. You know, like like I said, I'm 12 years deep now, and I just want to keep playing, but I don't want to be one of those guys who sort of played too long. So I'm always looking to sort of elevate my game and still be at the highest part of my game, even though I'm 32 at the moment. So, yeah, I just want to be the best for the boys, bro. I love the boys and don't want to let anyone down.
Mad, bro. All right, that wraps up our episode. Appy, that was deep, from debuting our Souths to winning chips at Penrith and now leading the Tigers rebuild. Mad to hear the full journey. Big love for pulling up and sharing it with us. You'll always be in the NRL books for highest paid hooker, but anyway. Shot, lad, shot for coming on.
Appreciate you, dog.
It, bro. Thank you.